So I'm also a polyglot, and I think I've talked about that I speak multiple languages.
Yeah.
And when I was growing up, I had this role of constantly having to translate for everyone around me
Okay.
because, I knew certain languages, and people are like, so to this day, I go back to Switzerland and like I'm translating between family members, like American family members with my Swiss family members, and back again. And really, in product management, that's what you have to do. You have to
Sense.
listen to one language over here and go, okay, I see what you're saying, and I might want to directly translate that like requirements, right? You put it through like your translator, where you then have to write it in technical language for engineers. Now, remember, engineering owns a technical solution. I work with incredibly talented engineers. What
Absolutely.
I have to do is make the outcome crystal clear. I need this to perform in this way with this output. Here's the design from user experience design, makes it very clear. And we need to take the user through this journey for this outcome. And they have the technical solution. But you're speaking three different, and then you have to speak another language to marketing. So you're speaking three or four languages as a product manager. You're taking technical specs, you're taking the cybersecurity language, you're taking then the language of users who are saying, I just need this to fix my problem. I need this 800 alerts to be 10 alerts. Just fix it. And then you have to talk to the engineers and go, this is the way I want it to look and function so I can meet the requirements that I got from you guys, like subject matter experts, the user, and ultimately everyone else involved in the project. So it's hard, but that's the thing I love because I've been translating stuff my whole life. This job is
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Well, that brings up another question because one, it's a very excellent and comprehensive answer that I think is pretty fantastic and often overlooked, the translation of the data to the actual audience that's being given. But now
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
I've been to Switzerland and there is no language that I'm aware of this is Swiss because I went there and then I found German, I found French, and then I spoke English and sometimes understood me. How do you know when to use which?
Okay, so Switzerland has four national languages. We have German, French, Italian, and a language called Romansh, which is very similar to
That
Latin.
sounds like a salad dressing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that was insulting. It's that
Not at all.
Romansh. What is
Rom-
Romansh?
Romansh is actually very similar to Latin. It is spoken in eastern Switzerland, and it is spoken by less than 2% of the population, but it stays alive. It's considered it's the closest thing we have to Latin that still survives.
Okay, first of all, that's an amazing fact. Thank you. I didn't even
You're
know that
welcome.
existed, and I'm really glad that it does. Okay, sorry. Please continue. How do you know is there like quadrants now that there's four official ones? Like that was the part that confused me.
There are different geographic locations that have, so Western Switzerland, Geneva, the Jura, they all what we call das Valche. The Valleys, a lot of places that you guys are like, oh, that's really beautiful. They make watches there. They speak French.
It's all beautiful.
So the Zurich, St. Gallen, the places that are known for banking, those are German speaking areas. And it is true that most Swiss speak three or four more languages. And they just switch contextually depending on where you are in the region. You're like, if you grew up going 50 kilometers in one direction and they speak something different, you just learn how to adapt. And of course, we have the Italian speaking part of Switzerland. So that's down towards like Lake Como, which is
Yeah.
right on the other side of the border. I think multilingualism. So I will make a little analogy here. Multilingualism really challenges your brain to think on different planes and how you communicate to people. I think this is critical in cybersecurity. I think it's critical in product and
Yeah.
software.
Elasticity almost.
And my passion for languages translates over into computer languages too. We have to be flexible. We're going to be forced to try, what worked before is not going to work, in the future necessarily. And systems are always updating and upgrading to different languages. So I see it as a lot of fun to learn languages, both the ones that we use as humans to communicate with each other and the ones we use to communicate with computers.